reality, a testament to a love that had blossomed from friendship, endured through adversity, and was now ready to embrace its most beautiful chapter yet. Chapter 20. The Arrival in a Full Circle. The day their baby arrived was, as expected, a beautiful whirlwind of emotions. Jack, usually so composed in the kitchen, was a nervous wreck in the delivery room, alternately holding Janet's hand, offering words of encouragement, and making frantic calls to Cindy and Larry. Janet, with her quiet strength, powered through, her gaze fixed on the ultimate prize. And then, there he was, a tiny, perfect bundle, squalling his way into the world. They named him Daniel, a strong, classic name that felt just right. Holding their son for the first time, Jack and Janet felt a love so profound, so overwhelming, that it transcended all the struggles, all the doubts, all the chaos of their past. This was their legacy, their perfect creation, their family. News of Daniel's arrival brought a fresh wave of joy and celebration. Cindy was the first to arrive at the hospital, bearing a tiny, hand-knitted cap adorned with a small, sparkly crystal, claiming it would balance his newborn aura. Larry and Jennifer followed, Larry promising to teach Daniel how to play poker as soon as he could hold cards, while Jennifer, ever practical, brought a stack of baby books. Even Mr. Furley sent a congratulatory card, featuring a surprisingly cute drawing of a stork. Life with Daniel was a beautiful, exhausting adventure. Jack, the gourmet chef, found himself mastering the art of carrots and late-night bottled feedings. Janet, the meticulous designer, embraced the beautiful chaos of motherhood, her studio temporarily filled with baby gear. Their bungalow, once a haven for two, was now alive with the joyful sounds of a baby's coos, cries, and gurgles. One afternoon, a few months after Daniel's birth, Jack and Janet were sitting in their living room, Daniel asleep in his crib nearby. The sun streamed through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, much like it had in their old apartment. But now, the scene was filled with a profound sense of peace and contentment. "Remember that first morning?" Janet mused, gazing at Daniel's sleeping form. "The bills, the pawn shop, the fear of losing the apartment." Jack smiled, pulling her closer. "And then Larry, and Maxine, and Bill, and then you, and then Cindy. What a journey. And you, trying to get a loan, saying no questions asked, and then having no collateral," Janet teased, her eyes sparkling. "Hey, I was trying to get us some money," Jack protested, a playful glint in his eye. "And you, with your watch, and the new They felt sorry for you." They laughed, remembering the absurdity of it all, the desperate, comical struggles that had ultimately led them to each other, to this moment, to their family. "It's funny, isn't it?" Janet said softly. "All that chaos, all that uncertainty, it all brought us here, to Daniel, to our home, to us." Jack kissed the top of her head. "It was all part of the recipe, Jan. The secret ingredient was always you." Just then, the doorbell chimed, a familiar, cheerful sound. Cindy. She burst in, a wide smile on her face, carrying a freshly baked pie. "I'm here, and I brought pie, and Ferdinand says Daniel's aura is absolutely radiant today." Cindy walked over to the crib, gazing at Daniel with an almost reverent expression. "Oh, he's just beautiful. A true gift from the stars. I've calculated his birth chart, and he's going to be a very compassionate and creative little soul." Larry and Jennifer arrived shortly after, Larry with a small, slightly inappropriate t-shirt for Daniel, and Jennifer with a practical gift certificate for a baby store. Mr. Furley, making a rare visit, peered into the crib, a soft smile on his face. "Well, he certainly is a baby," he declared, a hint of genuine affection in his voice. "Reminds me of a young Bart, but with more hair." The bungalow was filled with laughter, with the easy camaraderie of friends who had become family, united by years of shared experiences, both chaotic and cherished. Daniel, stirring in his crib, opened his eyes, gazing at the faces surrounding him with wide-eyed curiosity. Jack looked around at his wife, his son, his friends, his chosen family. He thought of the journey that had brought them here, from a small, shared apartment to a bustling, loving home. It had been a winding path, full of unexpected turns and hilarious misadventures, but every step had been worth it. He raised his glass, a quiet toast to the life they had built. "Come and knock on our door," he murmured, his voice filled with a profound sense of gratitude and love. "We've been waiting for you, where the kisses are hers, and history's company too." Janet smiled, her eyes meeting his, a lifetime of love reflected in their depths. They had found their three's company, a perfect blend of friendship, family, and a love that would last forever. And as Daniel gurgled softly in his crib, a new chapter, the most beautiful one yet, had truly begun. Chapter 21. The Gilded Spoon's Rise. The Gilded Spoon flourished under Jack's passionate guidance. It wasn't just a restaurant, it was an extension of his soul, a place where he poured his creativity and love into every dish. Critics raved about his innovative menu, a harmonious blend of classic techniques and Californian freshness. The intimate ambience and impeccable service drew a loyal clientele, and reservations became a coveted commodity. Jack, however, remained grounded. Despite the accolades, he never forgot the days of struggling to pay rent, the lessons learned in that small apartment kitchen. He treated his staff like family, fostered a collaborative environment, and often experimented with new recipes late into the night, fueled by his unwavering passion. Janet, meanwhile, continued to soar in her design career. The downtown LA satellite office she managed for Sterling and Albright Design thrived under her leadership. She oversaw high-profile projects, from boutique hotels to corporate headquarters, earning a reputation for her sophisticated aesthetic and meticulous attention to detail. Her designs were not just beautiful, they were functional, imbued with a sense of warmth and character that reflected her own personality. Her success meant more travel, more demanding clients, and longer hours. But Jack and Janet had learned the art of balancing their ambitious careers with their thriving family life. They made a conscious effort to carve out quality time, whether it was a romantic dinner at the Gilded Spoon after closing, a quiet evening in their garden after Daniel was asleep, or a weekend getaway to the coast. Daniel, their energetic and curious son, was the center of their universe. He inherited Jack's adventurous spirit and Janet's thoughtful nature. The bungalow, once a quiet haven, now echoed with his laughter, his playful demands, and the delightful chaos of childhood. Jack, the master chef, found immense joy in teaching Daniel about different ingredients, letting him help stir sauce, and baking cookies together on lazy Sunday afternoons. Janet, the designer, filled Daniel's world with color and creativity, encouraging his artistic expressions and transforming his room into a wonderland of imagination. Cindy remained a cherished part of their lives. She often babysat Daniel, filling his young mind with tales of crystals, auras, and the meditative powers of Ferdinand the Fern. Her crystal jewelry business, Aura, was surprisingly successful, attracting a niche market of spiritual seekers and fashion-forward individuals alike. She still lived in the old apartment, which she had lovingly transformed into a bohemian sanctuary, a testament to her unique style and independent spirit. Larry and Jennifer, too, were frequent visitors. Larry, now a successful talent agent, often brought home stories of his latest celebrity clients, much to Jack's amusement. Jennifer, a top-performing real estate agent, continued to be Janet's sounding board for professional advice, their friendship deepening over the years. One evening, after Daniel was asleep, Jack and Janet sat in their garden, sipping wine under the stars. The air was cool and fragrant with jasmine. "It's amazing, isn't it?" Janet mused, leaning her head on Jack's shoulder. "Everything we've built, the restaurant, the design firm, this beautiful home, Daniel." Jack squeezed her hand. "It is, and it all started with a desperate need for rent money and a shared apartment. Who would have thought?" "I certainly didn't," Janet chuckled. "I just thought you were a charming, if slightly exasperating, chef who couldn't keep a secret from Mr. And I thought you were a beautiful, sensible designer who was too good for me," Jack admitted, his voice soft. "Turns out, we were both wrong, and right." He looked at her, his eyes filled with a deep, abiding love. "I wouldn't trade a single moment of our journey, Jan. Every challenge, every laugh, every unexpected turn, it all led us to this, to our perfect life." Janet leaned up and kissed him, a tender, heartfelt kiss that spoke volumes. Their life was a testament to the power of dreams, the strength of partnership, and the enduring magic of a love that had bloomed in the most unlikely of circumstances. The Gilded Spoon was thriving, their home was filled with love, and their future, with Daniel by their side, shone brighter than ever. Chapter 22. Janet's Big Break. Janet's career was on an upward trajectory. But nothing could have prepared her for the opportunity that landed on her desk one crisp Tuesday morning. Eleanor Albright,